Okay, so apologies in advance. This is going to be a slightly different, more kind of, I don't want to say heavy, but we'll go with that kind of voiceover. I am currently recording it from bed because I am feeling extremely unwell. My husband caught COVID from his office just over a week ago now. I think it was last Wednesday. He tested positive, and he was very unwell with it for maybe 3 days and then started to ease up. We've both had 2 jabs. I then started to get symptoms on the Friday afternoon, but I didn't test positive until the Sunday. And now we're, what's that, five days later if it's the Friday, and I still feel horrendous. It's been a very heavy week. This whole week in my planner is just rubbish because we've not been able to do anything or go anywhere or see anyone. I've been off work, which I wasn't anticipating being off work for more than a couple of days if I could avoid it, because I can work from home. But I've been so bedridden. I've done about 2 hours of work this week. My manager and my team have been really supportive. And neither of us have had COVID before. But it's just been awful. So the kit that I'm using this week is from Miss Meow. I'm not sure of the name of the kit, so please do go back to the beginning of the video. It'll be on the sticker kit itself if you want to know what it's called, and I'll put it in the description box anyway, actually, so ignore what I said. You don't need to go to the effort of going backwards. You can just go to the description box. So I had laid this kit down. The timing of this could not have been worse. So COVID has been in the world now for somewhere in the remit of 2.5 years, and we have done so well to avoid it. We are such homebodies. We used to joke about how little the pandemic had actually impacted our daily lives because we spend so much time at home. We love watching movies. In fact, the place we go the most is probably the cinema. And at its peak, that's once or twice a week. But outside of that, we watch movies at home. We walk the dog, now that we have a dog. And we play a lot of computer games. So we didn't feel the kind of social impact of the pandemic at all. So we did very well, apart from my husband having to continue to physically go to the office. We did very well to avoid it at the time. And, as time goes on and we've had the jabs and things, you think we've moved forward as a planet. But unfortunately, his office, it started to go through a few people. I think about 4 people have it now. And unfortunately, he was one of them. Now, I had chosen this kit and laid down the base before he got unwell, because, so this was on this week that I'm planning now. He tested positive on the Wednesday, which very sadly was also his birthday. The timing has just been horrendous. And on this weekend, we were due to be going to a place in Dartmoor with his family. His sister has a really adorable puppy who's about 2 months younger than Wendy. It's a collie cross rescue puppy, and he's absolutely gorgeous. So we'd all booked with his parents to go to a bed and breakfast and just do loads of dog walks. There's a place there called Becky Falls that Lewis is obsessed with. He absolutely loves waterfalls. It's one of his favourite things, is to just go and see waterfalls. So I'm sorry if you hear any kind of jumping around in the background. It is the dog. She is doing whatever she wants today because I cannot move around to go and deal with whatever she's doing downstairs. So I've just given her free rein of the house and she's just kind of jumping around on the bed. So we were supposed to go and do that for the weekend after his birthday, and that would have been a really nice time together. But when he tested positive on the Wednesday, we decided pretty quickly that wasn't going to be possible. And we did decide that we'd rather go as a family than kind of split it up and just us not go. So we have rebooked. Sorry, she's doing some weird breathing now. So we had rebooked for the start of September at least. They were very accommodating, very understanding, that we wouldn't want it to spread. In a really even more weird turn of events, his sister's boyfriend tested positive. I think it was on the Sunday evening, and they've never had COVID before either, and we haven't seen each other for months. It was like a really weird coincidence around the timing that none of us have had COVID, but we all get it at the same time separately. It's very strange. So that was a real shame to have to cancel that. We were also due to go to a spa. This is considering we never do anything, and the last time we went away was in November, and that was on our honeymoon. It's just such unfortunate timing that it's happened the week of his birthday when we've got all these plans. We were supposed to go to a spa on the Friday morning, and just kind of have some downtime together and just chill. My friend was going to take Wendy for a bit, just kind of give her a bit of space and give us a bit of space. But obviously all of that just absolutely went to pot. So this week, in terms of plans, has just been me laying down, Walk Wendy, films that I've watched. I've played some Raft, which then, unfortunately, the UK has been so hot this week. It's been vile. I mean, anything over 18 degrees, I start to fall apart, and we've been sort of 25 and above, and I've not been coping well at all. So then after maybe an hour on the computer, it's way too hot, so I'm not able to get into much in terms of playing. I just put on a little bit to try and give myself something to do that's not lying in bed, and it just results in me feeling worse because of the heat. So it's not been a good week. Just apologies. This voiceover is very different to the others. I was debating whether to even post this week, but I don't like having videos stacked up. I'd rather do the voiceover from bed, be honest about how this week has been, and then if it's not something that you want to listen to, I know COVID is a very horrible, horrible subject and has been awful for many, many people. So I completely understand and would never just expect people to listen to whatever I put out there. If this week isn't for you, this week isn't for you. I hope everyone else is doing well and there's no awfulness going on COVID-wise at the moment for yourselves. In terms of appointments this week, actually, I did have my second smear in the UK. I don't know if it's everywhere, but you have to have them done every 3 years, and it's a whole to-do. I have to be referred to the hospital for mine for reasons I will not go into at this time. But it's something I can't have done at the GP. So it went better than expected, but I do get very anxious. So the next day I was off sick because the emotional upset from that appointment had just completely drained me. So I was off the next day, just with sort of mental health really. So yeah, Wednesday is when things really started to kick off. Lewis had felt quite unwell the night before, had got about 2 hours sleep and said, I'm going to do a test in the morning. I think I have it. And then obviously, it came back positive. So that was all kind of birthday plans thrown to the side. But like I say, I didn't feel bad myself until Friday. So I'd sort of behaved. I locked him upstairs. We immediately decided to keep as separate as possible. So I sort of locked him in the bedroom. We have an ensuite on the bedroom. So he had a whole bedroom and toilet to himself, but I did not allow him to leave the room from the moment he tested positive, and I slept on the sofa at that time. So I was just sort of ferrying things up and down the stairs and popping out for groceries and things for whatever he had needed over those 2 days. And then, unfortunately, then on the Friday, so I'm assuming I must have caught it from him either the night or the day before. He would have been contagious, but we wouldn't have known that he had it. The Friday was when I really started to feel awful, and sleeping on the sofa was not good. I really expected to test positive on kind of the Friday or the Saturday, but I didn't until the Sunday. But the Friday I'd had the day booked off anyway because of the spa, so thankfully I'd kept that off. So I didn't have to use a sick day. I could just lie on the sofa and feel really sorry for myself all day. And then we had said it was just really sad that we weren't able to spend any time together. So we... Sorry, I'm trying to think. I can't remember if I just said I didn't test positive until the Sunday or the Friday, but I definitely didn't test positive until the Sunday. That's why you wouldn't be seeing me write it down on the Friday. I just felt awful on the Friday. But we felt awful that we couldn't spend any time together. So we had come up with a way to watch Iron Man on separate TVs, because we've got TV in the bedroom, and we just messaged the whole way through. My husband's seen that film 50 times, but I've only seen it once, and I'm a big Avengers movie fan. So that's the film that he chose. I said he could choose any film, and that's what he chose. So we put that on together and made sure we lined up the timings, and that was actually really nice. And then I'm just trying to see what I'd marked for Wendy there, because I haven't got my planner in front of me. I took her to a dog park that morning, a really quiet dog park, and we just saw a couple greyhounds. And she had a really nice time. Lots of walk Wendy's this week. I didn't do any sort of meetups or anything, because I just knew it was going to be risky. One of my friends that I see regularly that has basically the male version of Wendy, it's very sweet when they're together, we had to cancel our plans because there was just no way she could take the risk that it would be passed on. And actually, hilariously, the week that we're in at the moment, we'd taken Wendy for a late night walk. Because of the heat, we haven't been able to take her out early. And also we want to avoid bumping into people if we can. So we'd taken her for a walk at sort of 8:30 in the evening. And hilariously, they'd walked to the same place, and Wendy saw him before we saw them, and she absolutely bolted over to him. It was very, very sweet. But, in that moment, it's like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. We're not supposed to be seeing anyone. But they were lovely about it, and we just sort of walked our separate ways. You can't help it if you've walked to the same place at the same time, even though you try to avoid people as much as you can. Not much to report on this week, but it still looks cute, even though the kit was supposed to be used because of the weekend away. I still absolutely love how it came out, and it is very, very pretty. Thank you for joining me. If you did manage to stay to the end, well done. Hopefully next week we'll be back to sort of regular type of voiceovers. See you in the next one.